funny stories, with jolly people and a happy end. But I don't have the strength for that anymore. What difference would it make if I lied to you? Well, my last story takes place in a land far away, a land that is about to die.
My friends, sometimes I play a game that I legitimately know I didn't like. A game that really requires more work or is outdated in its concept and design. But when the protagonist of such a game is a depressed 12-year-old clown who is just searching for his way in the world, I find it hard to pull out my pitchfork and torch in search of the developers who made me sit through seemingly endless dialogue and torturous layout that makes the transition from just the beginning of the game to the next level a hunt for a needle in a haystack.
This work reminds me of one of the most basic principles of life. No matter what you have accomplished, no matter how big your paws or how sharp your teeth are, you can still end up being a doormat for a band of circus clowns.
Maybe it's because of the point-and-click style of The Whispered World, developed by Viva Media and published by Dead Island Masterminds Deep Silver, that reminds me of the days of old, where character design was still somewhat static and exploration of the game was knocked down to a few simple commands. A game that earned both the ire and the approval of game critics worldwide, The Whispered World follows Sadwick, a disgruntled, some might say, emo clown that prefers philosophy and poetry to the superfluous and simple-minded traveling circus life he leads, with his asshole brother Ben and his old senile grandfather who mistakes him for Ben, can't string a sentence together, and specializes in a bubbling, viscous concoction known as petroleum soup. On top of that, Sadwick is having terrible nightmares that prevent him from getting those 8 hours a night, and oh yeah, the world is ending! Say what you will about our prepubescent protagonist, but for a circus clown, he's got a lot on his plate.
I had one of those terrible nightmares again.
There's a cute saying I remember from my boyhood on that very subject. What was it? I forgot.
You mean the old saying, dreams are 10 a penny?
What? That's such nonsense.
The game is created using the Visionaire Studio engine, responsible for a gorgeous 2D environment, full of hand-drawn and brilliant colors, textures, and interaction menus that control Sadwick's 3 actions: look, talk, and use. Accompanied by his pet caterpillar Spot, probably my favorite character in the game since he is cute and doesn't require an annoying voice, Sadwick can use him to get to hard-to-reach places, but you would probably never know how unless you looked up how to use it. Right-click the top right-hand corner of the screen and Spot can blow up like a balloon or return to his normal squiggly caterpillar state. My biggest qualm with The Whispered World is twofold. It feels like the developers expected you to know how to operate the game without any prior experience, and the sluggish speed at which the game moves. An important part of the game is collecting objects and putting them together to accomplish certain tasks, but I would never have known what to collect and what to put together had it not been for a considerable amount of time wasted on trial and error. But I suppose that's the case with a lot of adventure games. However, when I'm spending almost an hour on just trying to leave camp and my annoying family, it eliminates time for exploration. As for the sluggish speed, the dialogue itself is only partly to blame. Sadwick's relatively slow walking and attention to detail can become rather tiring, not to mention the pace at which those that are supposed to help you are moving through their seemingly endless tangents. These are the things I really want to get off my chest about The Whispered World, and my main message is, approach with caution. You might be better off playing Policenauts.
There you go.